98.1 FM. It's exactly 7:30 for almost 2 o'clock. Stay tuned as we come to you in News and Current Affairs program. Good morning, Salon. Stay tuned to 98.1 FM for the very best in radio listening.
Good morning, Salon. Good morning, Freetown. And good morning to all the listeners who listen to you from different parts of the country and outside Salon. Live from a broadcasting house in New England, Ville. So I will say welcome to the last edition of the program Good Morning, Salon. We come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM for this week. Today, now Friday, July 31st, 2026, and we're glad for bringing this edition of the program come to you. We bring them come to you this morning. My name is Nachegno Jalo.
And my name is Nayeno Kabia. Good morning. Inside the program today, according to the president, Dr. Julius Madabio, one synod on the Hamburg Paramount Chief then work now because some politicians them don't mix politics for Paramount Chief business na the country. The president for the Salon Bar Association, Tuma Adama Jabi, say the digital resource hub and websites where it don't provide go make lawyer them get access to legal material them online for do them work. And today inside the program, we go talk to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Alpha Cisse. We go talk about what is citizen them for no, but the 2025 Constitutional Amendments Bill, where they now in Parliament.
Members, you listen to me on www.radiodemocracy.sl for more partner stations across the country.
You dey listen me live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM na Freetown, Radio Shalom 89.5 na Koinadugu and Falaba District, Radio Malen 88.5, Radio 1J 101.3 na Pujon District, Radio Kolente 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Moi 105.5 na Kailau, Vopad Radio na Watalo, Voice of Sando on 95.7 na Kono District, Voice of Karine na Kamakwe on 98.0, Voice of Masoro na Pujon District, Advocacy Radio na Potloko District, Radio Katbami on 106.7 na Tonko Limba, Art FM on 95.9 na Moyamba District, and Tongo Radio on 107.5 FM.
The program na Good Morning Salon, yourself will listen to we right across the country on different radio stations and self the follow we on different social media platforms them on WhatsApp, Facebook and self YouTube. Can get the chance to make a contribution at the program. You can do so on WhatsApp number 077-981-981, or you can send me so do that one day with SMS system. We will send a text message to the number 077-981-981, or you can go now we Radio Democracy Facebook page and drop a comment at the comment section or YouTube channel. We say later we go look at the comments in the program. Now, good morning, Salon.
As we say one power headline there, we wait for our guests. We will talk to today the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Alpha Cisse. We go talk about waiting citizens them for no, but the 2025 Constitutional Amendments Bill, where they now in Parliament as member of Parliament, then don't begin looking inside. Well, as we wait for we guests, we continue to look at issues them inside the program. The Director for Country Planning at the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning, Sam Makanawa, say anybody will build house without building permits go pay fine of 120,000 loans or go jail for 2 years. It took this for sake of one public notice with the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning pool for the enforcement of the National Country Planning Act 2025. We reporter Fenela Edith Staunton gets more and go now report.
As illegal building and unauthorized construction in the Bokuna different parts them na Salon, governments don't begin for tight the enforcement of the National Country Planning Act 2025 for make sure say all developments them na Salon follow the correct planning and safety standard them. For sake of this, the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning don't pull out one public notice we say nobody for begin build house, shop, warehouse, fence or any other structure without building permit from the ministry. For no, wetin people dem think about this law make Radio Democracy talk to ordinary people them.
This law na law wey be done dey before, and I think it's a very good law for people that forget permits, but also then government and they issue land document to people. Then get for the look certain area where people when they buy for bill. Let them not issue document to people, and because now they cause disaster in the country. For issue permit to stakeholders or post your own bill, not a bad thing, but their way they issue the permit, therefore make sure say then go try for see the site. You say they go for bill. Let's say for go issue when you see plan now, you go issue documents. And so maybe now the side where they block the water for letting no run, now they don't issue. And where don't give them man the permit for bill. Normally you go bill it.
The punishment of 120,000, how much they issue the permit? That's not the first thing. You know, we go late fine with 120,000 millions when the man able to afford 5,000 millions. So that issue there of fine is too much. Let them make a minimum. You go be say way person committer. You go say and say you go struggle small for pay. But when they say this, I know say that for threats let people they take, but it's too much for the fine. 120,000 millions. So man they from way born I never see that money there.
That's not the voice of some people. Now the central part of Freetown, where they talk about what they think, but the public notice, where the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning pull na do, this BNTM. For no, waiting at the Salon Institute of Architects then view on this. Make a talk with one practicing architect. When at the Secretary General of the Salon Institute of Architects, Abel Onomake, explain.
My view on the recent enforcement of the no building without permit policy is as follows. The construction where you want build house now a regulated thing. You not just they build any house fitty fatter, no permit, nothing, no proper designs. Very, very much in place because this is not the thing where we don't defend for. It's an institution of architects. And also, the Salon Institution of Engineers also don't defend for this same thing because then the architects and the engineers, we are all there together, you know. The danger where you not obtain building permit before you go build house anywhere within the country, the likelihood say you'll go build nonsense, substandard structure. Some of the buildings where we don't see say collapse, they not get building permits. We don't see Boku buildings that way they build in this country, ventilation not they sufficient. They're professionals, they are both the structural engineer, of course the architect, now they start the whole design. The structural engineer, the mechanical engineer, the electrical engineer, they all get for work together. Let we fumble and get proper house.
The Director of Country Planning at the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning, Sam McCanawa, talk about how the ministry intend for implement this law in the country and the punishment where person go get if they build without building permits.
We all know say before, people them they just the bill no more. And the penalty will be there for this bill, whatever the bill, it been too small. We are not them say more than £100. Now, what we don't do, we get a system now to identify people that without permit. We get the system where they try for bill, where we want for get a survey of each and every household within the country. And even the sites them. Yeah, permit for expire within a year, we don't can pay you permit. If you expire, the system for sure we say, this is the expire, we're not read. Then they fly drone there now intermittently. So until after every 3 months or every 6 months, we fly drone. Then we can analyze the image. If you bill, get building permits, the law say person they pay fine not less than 120,000, not less than it. That means they pay more. Or term of imprisonment, not less than 2 years. In other words, the severity of the crime possible say they go more.
Sam McCanawa end up encourage people who get property and contractor them forget valid building permit and structural plan before they lay any foundation. With support from Alassane Bangura, Mina Fenela Edith Staunton, the report.
The program where you listen to na Good Morning Salute, they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Also continue for the Attorney General and Minister of Justice for can take you through the bill and the Constitution Amendment Act of 2025. Will they continue for look at more other issues as we continue for wait for them. We go say the president for the Salon Bar Association, Tuma Jabi, say the digital resource hub and website where you don't provide will make them get access to legal material them online for do their work. And talk this inside our meeting with legal practitioner them who say them go talk about in success and challenge them when on the face since we be president for the Salon Bar Association who say and call a member them for vote for them now the upcoming Bar Association election. Alhaji Jallo gets more and will now report.
August 1st this year, members of the Salone Bar Association go pick the next executive, who say them go vote for the next president, vice president, secretary general, and other people them, where they run for the executive body. This they come after Tuma Jabi be run the administration of the bar for the last 2 years, and as member them na the bar association, they prepare now for decide the fate of who that go be the next president for this association. With this, make the current administration of the bar, Tuma Jabi, hold one-on-one town hall meeting for tell member them na the bar association and serve the media, but in plan them we in get for the bar. If member them na the bar association, vote for them for be them president's back for this association.
The progress we have seen in recent months, securing the land for the Bar Association Secretariat, advancing learning exchanges abroad, and most importantly, the enrollment of the private practitioners into NACIT pension scheme is the result of collective will and collaboration. This is the foundation upon which we can build a stronger, more resilient bar. Yet, we must be honest with ourselves. The world is changing rapidly, and our profession must change with it. We face challenges that demand new thinking, and at the heart of these challenges is the need for continuous quality legal education.
The voice where you just listened to, now the president for the Salone Bar Association, Tuma Jabi, be the talk about the thing them where he don't do as president for the Salone Bar Association. Tuma Jabi continue for talk about thing them where in plan for do for member them na the Salone Bar Association where in win the election.
On the day of the AGM, we intend unveiling our website. When we do that, there will be portals. We will establish a CLE subsidy fund for our young lawyers in their first 5 years of practice. We will reduce the cost of attendance by up to 40%. Second, we will bridge the barrier of distance and time. We will launch a digital resource hub. This will be our own library of on-demand webinars, practice guides, and materials accessible from your desk. These are not abstract promises. They are targeted, measurable steps towards profession that values growth, supports its members, and remain in the forefront of justice.
One thing we plenty lawyer them don't they talk about now how this election a verification get for look like where this make the president for the Salone Bar Association, Tuma Jabi, talk about how member them get for be verified before them vote.
I've heard the arguments of people saying it's only the bank slip that takes you in. Who verifies the bank slip? Are we going into chaos again? Is it just a member or a random people or everyone that verifies everyone? No. All what we are saying, when you come with your slip, the treasurer's slip, we will give you a tag for you to be identified. If people try to create such chaos, we will just use the law, not in a drastic way, to make sure that those obstructing what we are doing be kindly asked to either stop or to leave the room, so we have a conducive environment for everyone else to be able to cast their vote.
Tuma Jabi end up for call on member them na the Salone Bar Association for be law abiding and vote peaceful, and same way so assure member them say the election will be free and fair and transparent. For the Society for Radio Democracy, me na Alhaji Jallo, the report.
The program where they listen to now Good Morning Salon, they come to you from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Inside the own program, we get for talk to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Alpha Sise. We go talk about waiting citizens them for no. For sake of the 2025 Constitutional Amendments Bill, where they now in a Parliament, as Member of Parliament, them they look inside and proper one. As we wait for the Attorney General, we continue for take issues them inside the program. We will take one power headline story them. According to President Julius Maada Bio, the problem on the Hamburg Paramount Chief them work na the country now because some politicians them don't mix politics by them Paramount Chief business. President Bio talk this since I want 3-day national Paramount Chief Conference on the theme Strengthening Chieftaincy for Security and Governance. Well, I put this report together. The institution of Paramount Chieftaincy, now one of the oldest and most respectable traditional governance system na Salone who side they don't provide leadership, maintain law and order, settle plaba, protect the custom, and preserve the culture and tradition of the people. Paramount Chieftain gets one big role for play, for promote peace, settle plaba, mobilize people for development, support local governance, protect the culture and heritage, work with government and development partner them, party them like education, agriculture, public health, environment, peace, security, and other one them. For make them continue their work, make the Ministry of Local Government and Community Affairs, Office of the National Security, Peace Commission, and other body them, don't organize one 3-day National Council of Paramount Chief Conference na Bo City. Outside this conference, bring together Paramount Chief them, na all the 16 districts them na the country, with the theme, strengthen chieftaincy for security and governance. Outside this conference, they focus on the important role where Paramount Chieftain they play for give strength to national unity, maintain peace, promote good governance, and support sustainable development. Where in the talk, the Minister of Local Government and Community Affairs, Tambalamina, been talk more about this conference.
Your Excellency, I want to tell you plenty things. For we in the ministry, today is a big day for me. And during we conversations, we decided to say important for them we try to recognize chieftains. And because we say that for actually strengthening and the governance system and that of security, we also try to recognize Paramount Chieftain when they don't take at the truth. And what we consider, we talk say the cut-off line will be all the Paramount Chieftain we don't be for over 40 years on the throne. That is no mean feat. But let somebody be over 40 years on the throne, a long time.
Waiting this conference mean for Paramount Chief them na the country. The chairman for the National Council of Paramount Chief Sheku Amadou Tijan Fasuluku Sonsiama, explain.
The institution of chieftaincy get a critical role for play for national security and governance challenges for addressing when they face in this country today. Not a small responsibility to get, and governance and security implications where they now, not only 20, 30, 40 years old that they them in the as paramount chiefs. So by my brother and my sister, then they say, Lord, tell you, say, the additional responsibilities where this conference therefore can be paramount chiefs for national security and governance will not run away from our, because you don't tell me that they're not 1 and 2, or say the building block of governance that chieftains.
Where in the police conference Nado, the President Julius Madabio been talk about the importance of this conference to peace and security na the country.
Today we did celebrate the Paramount Chieftain. I don't think the end for this meeting today. 5, 6, 7 years. Today we don't need to really talk. I'm happy the minister and the ministry for working this together with ONS. For maybe we can talk. When you build a state, you get for them pillars. And before we bring modern form of administration to Sierra Leone and the whole of Africa, they are aware people who govern this land.
The president's been continuing for talk about how politics is say don't unbog the work of Paramount Chieftain na the country.
But this now one of the most important meetings the world organization is going. And if I know they repeat history, where things scatter in your hand in life, you find for trace your origin, your history. And I don't always tell them, but we the politicians there, we don't almost kill this institution. Because we suicide and they treat Paramount Chief like enslave them, and they call them, they say, I could bench them. Because this not belongs to this party or it not belongs to that party. They mix them. And where they come, I say the most important thing we need to do now for make sure say the relevance of Paramount Chief says we bring come back.
In same way, so talk about in personal experience for sake of Paramount Chief business.
Remember, we are contesting for leadership of the party. They say now when your family win, 9 people that will support you, we go make sure say your family self not win and you chief them. And it happened inside this country. from 1898, where me young grandpa begin rule, the papa can rule, his small brother rule, his other begin rule. They make sure say they bring Contophili. Those so that this time the Bishop Society, may we accept certain things there.
As the 3-day national conference for Paramount Chief, they continue in Abo, the President Julius Maada Bio end up calling Paramount Chief them for make sure say they're able for implement plenty party in them where they go don't talk inside this conference as way for promote peace and national cohesion na the country. For Radio Democracy, Kabiari reports. Well, the program Good Morning Salon, they continue as we read one power headline story then say today inside the program. We go talk to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Alpha Sise. We go talk about some panitinem where citizens them for no. For sake of the 2025 Constitutional Amendments Bill, where they now in Parliament, as Member of Parliament, them don't begin looking inside and proper one. Well, for no waiting the inside this bill, waiting citizens them for no. How this bill important to the country when come by election business. Make we get the Attorney General na the program. I want to welcome her now na the studio. Good morning, Mr. Sise, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, Good morning to the team na 98.1, and good morning to the people of Salon.
Okay, inside 2023, government will set up the Constitutional Review Committee for review the 1991 Constitution. Outside this committee be headed by Justice Edmond Kawan, and the committee will travel na different partners in the country for do consultation. For outside them be consult with political party, then CSO interest group, and the committee after this consultation they be submit the recommendation them to government. But from that time to now, government will be implement it in them where they inside that recommendation and they where this make President Bio been take up office from 2018, been say in go look inside the recommendation they are back and see how they go do them. And after the 2023 general election, plenty political attention then be for sake of waiting happen inside the election, inside the opposition and be get concerned when make governments been sign the agreement for the national unity where we call it tripartite. Outside this government be signed out with the opposition, moral guarantor them and all. And some party things the way they be recommend back inside this tripartite. Now outside then say they for review the electoral process, governance issue and self-legal reform. So from that time to now the recommendation they are make government through the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice be look at them particular tier with consultation with the tripartite committee member they will be there and put some sets of the tier together. We make they don't go to now na parliament to side and call them then say now the 2025 Constitutional Amendments Bill we member of parliament them don't begin looking inside. So MAG from that small background there what don't give for sake of waiting lead to the process and all. So you there now you go lay this bill na parliament where they now MP then they look inside. Take with through force waiting lead to this for let government sit down say let we come together, let watch inside the recommendation from Justice Kawan and watch inside the tripartite committee the recommendation them, let put let amend this 1991 Constitution.
Thank you, thank you so much, and thank you for the very brilliant background where you don't provide to this. Just for some quick correction, the Constitutional Review Committee in 2013. I think by mistake you say 2023. So in 2013, when former President Nkrumah been set up, but it go before that, So going to your question as to waiting lead to all of this. I think the waiting lead to all of this now. The realization where government and various stakeholders, including the one that will be involved in drafting the 1991 Constitution, the realization say the 1991 Constitution being good for take up to a point. As I say, na parliament that they now being a constitution of survival, after we don't under a one-party dictatorship for many years, we don't live under the 1978 constitution. We transitioned to the 1991 multi-party constitution. But now being really for make we survive as a state, make we become a stable nation. Like I say, stability at the floor. Now how we move forward as a nation. that are the realization where government and experts been come to way in 1999 when we signed the peace agreement with the rebels for bring the war, the 11-year civil war, to an end. Then put Article 10 of the Lome Peace Agreement will become the Lome Peace Agreement Ratification Act. That means Parliament turn them into law. When put say we need for review the 1991 Constitution, because the experts them realize say why is the Constitution being good for move we to that state of stability and not being sufficient for prevent a potential backsliding, into conflict, or probably like wait you see the backsliding where you see now other countries them, not the region, and so put another Lome Agreement, and then remember the work with TRC been doing at this country. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission, where we set up after the war come to an end for look at, for really develop a historical account of the conflict, look at waiting cause the conflict, foster reconciliation among various actors in the conflict or communities across the country, but also make recommendations for prevent waiting happen from happening again. And one of the recommendations with the TRCB make for prevent that, we need to undertake broad consultations across the country and come up with a revised constitution. We will reflect the views and aspirations of the people of this country also for a peaceful and democratic society. So now that make late Pakaba been set up, waiting camp for be known as the Peter Tucker Constitutional Review Committee. When take note say, even the 1991 Constitution, the person who been chair the committee have been Peter Tucker. Now, in can chair again for revising the 1991 Constitution, so it makes several recommendations to government, where it done in work in 2007. But then former President Nkrumah been saying, make we get more consultations across the country. And so that's what former President Nkrumah set up in 2013, the 80-member Justice Edmund Kawan Constitutional Review Committee. We work from 2013 to 2017, where, as we don't reveal the data to the public, we should say a hold over 10,000 public consultations. It distributes over 70,000 forms across the country. It received over 150 position papers. It engaged various interest groups, MD, ministries, departments, agencies, civil society, youth groups, etc., right across the country. And then it come up with a recommendation, a report we call the blueprint. That blueprint today, when President Bill came to office in 2018, they said we don't do this process here for too long. Now we need for take to completion. And so, but before we, instead of starting something new, make we continue with waiting Justice Kawan don't do, make we continue with waiting the previous government don't do. That now we call continuity in government. So one thing they were clear, which is that we don't get three governments since the war come to an end. Pakaba, Ernest Nkrumah, Julius Maada Bio. They don't have three governments. The one thing where every government since the war come to an end agree on is that this constitution so we for review them, because each government don't take step for take this process to completion. So really in a nutshell, that is why we're doing this. But really, if I can summarize all of this, within each government try for do and for move this country from stability or from survival to prosperity, for move this country also from that stability, that transition we will do in 1991 to a government where you go say in democracy, in governance architecture, don't find in footing. In governance architecture, don't they at a stage who side for make a backslide, it will be extremely difficult. So yes, we're moving from a constitution of survival to a constitution of prosperity. Because we believe, say, when you complete this process here, so it will really strengthen with democratic architecture. Now this country has something where every Sierra Leonean go able for own as their own.
So what are some of the major things that will be there inside the Justice Kawan Constitutional Review, the recommendation the way government gets?
So the Kawan Constitutional Review Committee been very broad. It covers a lot of electoral issues, right? For example, now the Kawan Committee, now in recommend say, after it don't hold all consultations, the Kawan Committee don't see say in 96 we get a PR system. In 2002 we get in 96 we get PR system. Yes, in 2002 we get PR system. In 2007 we get first past the post system. In 2012 we get first past the post system. So when they set up in 2013, they look at all the systems and they look at practices in different parts of the world, because they get teams them We go to other countries and go see how the elections they work, how the democratic system they work, and watch all of that. So the Cowan Committee, we make a recommendation saying this country for transition permanently to the proportional representation system of government. That's one of the things then we've been there inside the Cowan Committee in report. So we don't want to make people feel say the PR system, now government no more don't grab and say, oh, more get PR system because that happened in 2023. Long before 2023, the PR system will be a recommendation where the Cowan Committee make. Now, if we implement the Cowan Committee in report at that time, then people are going to point finger to government right now. But because we've not been doing that 10 days, now I make this debate here so this now. But then one of the things that we're inside. Another thing where they inside the Cowan report, now that we've broadened the framework for human rights protection in this country also. So yes, it recommends saying make a review chapter 3 of the constitution. So that's one of the things that we do. The Cowan Committee also recommends saying we need to get starting new chapters inside the constitution. We need to get a chapter on citizenship inside the constitution. We need to get a chapter on local government for strengthening decentralization. So that way the way people feel say all the power now the presidency is or the executive arm of government is we want to change that, right? We also get the local government act, but when we put this inside the constitution and lay out the framework with a strengthen decentralization and really take power go to the people at the community level. So that's one of the recommendations with the Cowan Committee. He also recommends saying if we really get a chapter on public service, yes, we get a section where lay out the Public Service Commission inside the constitution, but it's also get a standalone chapter on public service. It's also forget a standalone chapter on land, natural resources, and the environment inside the constitution. So then why some of the recommendations? It make other recommendations on how we go strengthen the justice system, how we go broaden the scope of the judiciary, how we go strengthen alternative dispute resolution. So it's a really broad range of recommendations where the Cowan Committee make. But again, we don't try to make people understand saying what we don't do so now phase 1. We focus on elections. After that, we go for continue with the broader recommendations with the Cowan Committee.
Now let me say one for coming to what extent or how much the government they're able for make people understand as to what in this entire process entails. You say, it starts sometime inside the entire report be completed inside 2013. You just make mention
2013 to 2017.
2017. Mm-hmm. Between 2017 and now, a lot of time don't pass. How much would have been come back to the people and say, okay, we want to carry this forward to Parliament for making it all law now? What are the involvement of the citizens so far in all of this?
First,
since we not take over.
You have to note, say, first when government issued the white paper in 2021, the white paper was widely circulated. Discussions take place, the government takes steps. But then, of course, a lot of things happen. We go into the 2023 elections. Remember saying, we've been getting disagreement over the outcome of 2023 election. And so when the tripartite process, when we constitute waiting camp for being known in this country as a tripartite process, we bring the APC and the SLPP together. But then, of course, guided by engagements with various stakeholders, other political parties, civil society, international actors, people in various communities, we revisit this. I was on the tripartite committee. We look at the recommendations then with the Cowan Committee make, we touch on elections. And in that time, with the tripartite committee, we move across this country. We engage with people, we get them views, and then the tripartite committee being for make recommendations, 80 recommendations with the tripartite committee make. Plenty of them require legal and institutional reform. Among the legal reforms, some of them get for do with constitutional amendments. So what do? We take the recommendations where the Cowan Committee been don't make. We take the recommendations then at the tripartite committee. We try to see who said the alignments there. And then we see plenty of them we align. Right? Plenty of them we align. Some of them we Cowan recommend, we know in our tripartite report. Some of them we tripartite report recommend, we know in a Cowan report. But they don't contradict each other. So then one day we capture, we put into this bill. We don't go to Parliament, we're not in Parliament, they discuss. But what we don't do during this time here so, why is this all go on? We also don't make sure we engage with the public. Of course, when I say I don't deny so multiple times they talk about this, but this is not enough for Canada. So we don't go to communities then. Yes, that we don't engage Cambia, Kono, Kailan, Bu, Kenima, Pujang. We don't put local, we don't go all inside, but not enough. We actually get to work with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education through a robust public education plan. We use for engage members of the public, get them feedback, and see them feedback inform this place and enrich this process and enrich them. Fambulengo also member say when we been published the bill na the Gazette, and then I been there for go Liam na Parliament. We ask people, and even before Liam, right? Remember say when we do the privilege, we issue public notice, ask people for more position papers. So people and they don't read them. People and they don't submit position papers. And each time people submit position papers, we try to get engagement with them.
In the midst of all that one day, you know, social media posts, you see the right up on social media. People they ask, what's in actually this process about? Even though they don't have parliament, do they live stream? If you go to our comment section and they ask, what's in the essence of this? What's in the idea behind this? People like get little or no idea.
Well, you see, the point is, it depends. So we get to be informed by data. Now, yes, people on social media, we not get clear ideas about this. We not don't follow them so much. But also a lot of people on social media, we don't follow them. A lot of people on social media, we get idea about this because in fact, when I check the comments on social media, I engage on social media. Sometimes certain people they make comments and they see other people they clarify. So you know that engagement there. But the point is, in a world like this, we say communication means then different. Some people then trust more information when they come from 98.1. Others they trust more information when they come through community radio. Others they when at the discussions of social media, then they follow. The responsibility where we get as government information so we cater for all of them demographics in there. So that is why we know they dismiss people and concerns. We know they vex when people raise their concerns. We know they even vex when people condemn the process. We know they even vex when people accuse government, like say, now government is trying to play some kind of underhand game. No, we know they vex for that. Government's in responsibility. Now for make sure say we address the concerns with people and get we members of the public get. Sometimes some people we will get resistance to this just because of political reasons. Some people we will get resistance to this because they genuinely not understand or then genuinely get questions or then genuinely disagree with what government try to do. That is okay. Yes, it is the essence of the democracy we will live in. It is the essence of this bill we will decide for pass in parliament because we want to make people able to engage in the governance system. So it is on us. But also, that responsibility, nothing we will share with the media. Una way they get the information, it is also on you for provide that information to the public. Same with civil society. I'm pleased that some civil society groups don't actually get engagement, in different parts of the country. The last time, gathered various women's groups. Now, McKinney, I went there for to talk to people about waiting the new constitution go mean for the women of Salon. We explain. Other groups we don't organize events and like that. And so we explain. That's nothing we will continue. Even when these lawyers don't pass, we get to make sure we continue that engagement there because people need to understand what the systems they put in place for serve their needs, for serve them purpose. Without that, this lawyer no go work.
Okay, so we talk as my colleague write this. Plenty people know they say someone say no understand, or someone get some certain side of this amendments bill, the part them. Someone get interest on the PR, someone get interest on the women's group and all. Talking about consultation and receiving position paper from people. What that then are the actual people who wanna be receive position paper and during this consultation wanna do a different part then at the country according to you. Wanna be engaging member of parliament then for let them deal with them people them na the community. So wanna go to a parliament, we not go hear like waiting they come out so.
Of course, we did. So first is to not say for position papers, we receive position papers from various people. We don't receive a paper from Sierra Leone Association of Journalists. I don't meet with the leadership. I think we don't even meet to them. You understand? On this, I think you've been in one of their meetings, Sunday, right? I would not receive position paper from the Sierra Leone Labour Congress. Sierra Leone Labour Congress being also submit position paper to the Cowan Committee. Matter of fact, Labour Congress, if you go to page 205 of the Cowan report, Labour Congress now one of the groups and we make recommendations say make we go to 50+1. The paragraph before Labour Congress. Then recommendation. Now the paragraph we touch on APC, then your recommendation, we then self-recommend say we could go to 50+1, more come 55%. Page 205 of the report. So we get from Labour Congress, we get from Interreligious Council, we get from ILRAJ, we get from the consortium of women's groups. We receive position papers from all of them one day, and we sit down, we discuss with some of them, yes, and several of them. But also, we don't in our communities them. We say we don't discuss this. We don't try to identify people and concerns them, and really try to clarify things. Like people, and we get a lot of questions about the PR system. That is because people they only look at how it happened in 2023. They never look at how it happened in 2012. 2002 or 1996, you understand, or how it happened in other countries. So it is on us for provide context, for explain to people in the different forms who don't use, but also how it apply in other countries and witness the concerns and we people can get, but the PR system and how them concerns and they will be addressed inside this new arrangement here. So yes, members of parliament, first of course political parties as well, we don't engage them, and in political party engagement sometimes the representatives are from parliament. Instead, they've been in these meetings. We don't engage in our communities as well as in communities with our local councils, don't be present and engage in this process. So, but I agree, we need to do more. We need to do better, because each time people raise questions, an opportunity for we for listen, an opportunity for we for take feedback in a positive way, an opportunity for we for provide clarity to people on their issues there, so we then get concerns about. So we go continue. And so even with these lawyers who go don't pass, a positive say it go pass, where it go don't pass, we still get for continue that engagement. Because for example, if you want to apply the proportional representation system, depending on the model we use in this country, so it get for require a lot of education for make people know them and adjust to them and embrace them and ready for apply the new system.
So AG, with all this way you don't explain, so the position paper they don't take and all. You don't go lay the 2025 Constitution and Amendments Bill in a Parliament. Also a member of Parliament, they don't start for look and then go continue with them by Monday. So for people who they listen out there, wait till you go lay in a Parliament. The things they would inside the bill.
Oh, good. So several things inside the bill. Like again, we don't tell people and say this bill here, so now the elections related recommendations will come from the Cowan report and the tripartite report. These are the only two sources. But waiting the inside this bill here, so one of the things that we inside this bill now, the proposal for get a search and nominating committee for the appointment of the Chief Electoral Commissioner and other members of the commission, as well as the chairperson of the Political Parties Registration and Regulation Commission. Waiting down the mail. The proposal lists various groups we go nominate the persons, the members for the part of this committee as of the president appoint. And then that committee they go make recommendations for people who qualify for be Chief Electoral Commissioner or members of the commission, and then the president will select from that pool. It is inside it. The other thing with the inside this bill here, so now say make independent candidates get a chance for run for election. Say if somebody not a member of a political party, he want to run for election, make able to run for election with some safeguards. Of course, we not see members of parliament from both sides get concerns about that. The other thing with the inside this bill here, so now for make with brothers and with sisters, now the diaspora, persons who are Sierra Leoneans by birth, but we don't travel abroad, don't take up citizenship of that other country, then make we not exclude them from the political process, make them able to come back and be part of the political process. If they are going for parliament, make them go for parliament. Of course, we don't suggest certain safeguards, for addressing concerns with people and go get about that. The other thing with the inside this bill here, so now that make we move from the 55% threshold we will get in the first round of elections, because it costs a lot. In fact, this country has to 10 days, runoff can actually tends past the first round of elections. And really, if you look at the African continent, if we want to talk about what people can call international best practice, we really are the only country we still they use the PR system. So now that make we agree with brothers and sisters now the APC we suggest, because this was their suggestion. Okay. We suggest to the Cowan committee in the tripartite process and in the in the position papers, make we move to a 50+1 system. It inside this bill, so but okay, the other thing with the inside this bill, we don't generate a lot of discussion. Now the proposal for make we transition to the proportional representation system.
We can't unpack all of them sections and which are the agreement and disagreements from the members of parliament we get for look inside this document. But we only then take commercial break and we come start with the search and nomination committee we start on and we begin to take the one after the other.
Sounds good. Tell me what in the stop nonsense.
You don't look for side for keep you money and for make you business grow?
Well, now the term is so for keeping money with any community bank or financial services association, which then they call FSA, with the all side na salon, because then a good party with good condition, way easy for the ordinary man.
They go guide you fine one, but how for manage you money for change your life and the people them and your community. Member say when you keep your money in a bank, where they near you not just they keep money for bye, but you they help your community for go before.
So waiting you the wait. You be businessman or farmer, petty together, so he act person, teacher or anybody keep your money in any community bank or FSA where they near you and see how your life go better.
Tell me what in the stop nonsense. Now money they stop nonsense.
Salon, they take action for every mama and every pikin. Together, we go reach zero. We all for take action. So no mama no go die where it give life. No pikin no go die from preventable sickness. No pikin no go left behind for take maclate. The race to zero, they on now.
But zero no go happen by chance. If you na mama or belle woman, take action. Go na clinic early. If you na papa, take action. Support mama, care you picking for maclate. If you na chief, take action. Encourage belle woman them for go hospital for the well body one. We all for take action for save the life of we woman and picking them. So join with today for take action for reach zero. This message they come out from the Ministry of Health together with the Ministry of Information and Civic Education.
Bloomberg Digital Banking don't come for we.
I said so. You look stressed so.
Nah, bank are the one go so.
Me sister, go digital.
Digital?
Yes, with Bloomberg Digital Banking. Just tap, click, swipe and send money, receive money, check your balance, pay your bills and get quick loans before Jacko cuts your eye.
But Abula fly.
Well, bring your phone.
Now so easy and quick.
Yes, with Bloomberg Digital, you can bank with freedom anytime na the world. Your money is safe and secure. Also, you can do business and transfer money instantly by your currency across Africa. Quick one with Colats.
Wow! As from today, call me Aisatu Bloomberg Digital. I dey go tell all me party them for join Bloomberg Digital Banking.
Go ahead and download our digital banking app from Google Play Store and Apple Store or visit any of our branches for further details. For no more, you can visit our website, bloombankafrica.com. Bloombank Africa. Let's make it happen.
Listen to our Good Morning Salon. They come to you from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. You say get the opportunity for be part of the program by way you can send a text message to the number 077-981-981 or you go on our Radio Democracy Facebook page and drop your comments. They ask inside the program today. They talk to the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Alpha Cisse, where they have for talk about the thing them where citizens and for no for sake of the thing where they inside the 2025 constitutional amendments Act bill where they right now na parliament or make member of parliament them look inside AG. This bill where they na parliament get plenty in them where we don't they discuss and say we don't go lay before member of parliament them. Let's take one step at a time. One day we'll get for do with the search and nomination committee where under plenty people get concerned on how then they get to do how they for appoint that committee. Then one and self the electoral commissioner and commissioner there for run the election activity in the country. So listeners and don't they get people out there don't they get concerned, political party don't they get concerned, civil society groups don't they get concerned for sake of that particular search and nomination committee. How this get for work you there now you go lay this bill na parliament.
Well, which I will talk about. Now, wait till we don't propose.
Okay.
But how this for work? Now, how this for work proper will depend on waiting members of parliament settle on. Because Famble go members say when we've been in a parliament this week on Tuesday, members of parliament been get different views on this, whether in fact we need a search and nominating committee. So I will talk about what we propose. This proposal been come from the tripartite committee. report. We say, for appoint the chief electoral commissioner, make it not be left at the president in hand alone. Because right now, within section 32 of the constitution, say now that the president, after consulting with the leaders of the registered political parties, go appoint the chair of the electoral commission or other commissioners. So waiting then at this bill, with the tripartite committee recommended we don't put at this bill. Now that make we get a system where in various groups we listed. Now yeah, so from like interreligious community,